Hello everybody. Today we've got a interesting phenomena going on in the Dota community right now, and it is a Herald 5 player who has deemed his teammates too bad for him to climb. And he has recently purchased a rank 33 on Europe account. Some of his early games, as you can see here, were lost with Paparazzi against players from Virtus Pro, lost with Fada against Seb. He's playing the top tier Dota games in the entire planet right now. And he's a Herald 5. Obviously, around the time that he got the account is when he started spamming Undying and Pudge. Did manage to fit a Kunkka game in there. But we're going to look at one of his Undying replays, as it appears to be his signature hero. But just in case you weren't aware, green means win, red means loss. So since he has bought the account, I have been told he is about 0-20.
Banana slam jam.
So the goal of this replay analysis is to actually teach you guys just a tad about exactly what a Herald would look like playing against the best players in the world. How much is there to learn from this? Not exactly sure, but I am going to point out exactly what he is doing wrong in any case that I can. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, our lovely friend who's too good for his Herald teammates, Undying. Starting item-wise, not a fan. Absolutely no regen. Highly recommend going at least Tango plus probably a Salve. Has gone for the 2 small items of Orb of Venom and Windlace. I assume in his bracket people don't harass very much, which means this build may be a bit more viable. Starts the lane off good, being a little aggressive with the decay. Could be helping his Mars deny creeps right now. Or at least like maybe even just playing up in the face of the Luna. But he's harassing. Good trading. Really good trading. Has 8 decays. He's getting tipped by his teammate. I believe his teammate is aware that he is an account buyer, as he could look to pull the big camp right now. But instead, he's going to look to be aggressive. Okay. Gets a little bit harassing. Honestly, so far, not so bad. This lane could be worse. However, he has used all of his mana pretty much, and the opponent is still pretty much full health. So what's the play from here? We have spent all of our mana. Okay, we're going to fly out some regen. Okay. Good reactionary play. He doesn't really need the salve, as he literally hasn't taken any damage. So as you notice here, he's not properly distributing his health and mana, as he's allowing his offlaner to take all the damage. He has not tanked a single right click this entire lane. And his offlaner, oh, he's doing good here. He's harassing. Tombstone level 2. Going for the all-in engagement. So, okay. Pops Tombstone late and then feeds the 125. Gets the kill, though. Suddenly he's level 3. And now here's an issue I'm going to see right here. So he is level 3, right? But right now, he is 2/3 health. And his Mars is dead for 7 seconds. So what that means is any creep that dies in the next, 12 seconds, because it's going to take him 7 seconds to respawn, 3 seconds to TP in, and then maybe another 3 seconds, so more like 13 seconds, quick maths, to get back to the lane. Any creep that dies in the next 13 seconds, Mars is not going to get, right? So if he sticks around for this creep wave, let's see. Radiant was actually nice enough to fort, but that's 1 creep. And 2 creeps, probably 3 creeps actually, because Mars barely got in range for the deny XP. So he TP'd out, and he actually just gave up 3 creeps worth of experience and potentially gold, because he is 2/3 HP, and he's also only against the Luna. He has 70 damage, and the Luna has 70 as well. So it's pretty much a free-for-all for him to get those last hits. So that's a big bit of inefficiency where he just took all the XP in the lane because he got the solo kill on Bane after his offlaner died, and then he just gave up 3 creeps of XP. So 3 creeps of XP, that's a pretty good amount, people, as he's going to now come back to lane, investing a bunch of gold into mangoes as his offlaner is paying the price again, but we're being aggressive. Okay. Good aggression, making space for the offlaner. So here's what's happening right now. He's trying to make it so his offlaner can enter the lane. We see this, right? Everyone sees it, right? He's trying to be a frontliner for his offlaner. So there's a couple options when your offlaner is getting zoned and you're a 4-position hero. You can choose to take a lot of the harass, a lot of the damage towards yourself, such that the offlaner can then walk up into the lane and look to CS. That's usually the best option, right? Like, that makes sense. That's the best option. However, if that option is not good, which a decent amount of the time it honestly isn't, especially if your offlaner's having a rough lane like he is, look at what the enemy carry's doing, right? This is top tier Dota. This isn't Herald. The guy's not going to push the lane out. The Luna is just going to keep the lane right here, as it's never going to push into you. He actually should be denying. Why isn't he denying? Okay, now he's denying. Good, good, good. He's keeping the lane right where it is. And then he actually pops Tombstone in a place that's not anywhere near the lane. So in this spot, because your Mars isn't able to walk up anyways, honestly, Mars should be buying more regen, planning for the fact that his lane is going to suck. He's like trying to rush a greedy item here. The other option, since the lane equilibrium is not getting fixed, is to go drag the creep wave. Instead of like sitting here, you know, trading with the Bane and leaving your Mars outside of XP range while Luna free farms, you can go drag the creeps. This is exactly what he's supposed to do here. Any decent support player at my bracket would absolutely do that. However, you know, we're looking at a Herald 5 player playing in this bracket. So, I'm going to keep fast forwarding. He goes for the all-in play. Okay. Honestly, can't really make any reason of that. Mars is actually going to do his job for him by attempting to drag creeps. However, he is against Bane, so Bane can just Nightmare and stop it. And you may say, BSJ, wouldn't he stop it if Undying tried to do it? But the thing is, at least the Bane's over there, you know? And the Mars could probably walk up in lane. So when you drag the creeps, the goal is to get the lane here, so that your offlaner can lane people. That's the goal. Instead, he actually pulled the small camp for the opponent, which is like the opposite. It actually keeps the lane back. And then he lets the creeps go? Okay. No, all-in commitment once again. Feeding another... Oh, he denies it. Good. Very good. Getting a lot of tower damage here with this space, actually. Very good tower damage coming in at the bottom lane here. That's actually a half HP tower. Not so bad. You know, would I pay 172 gold for half the damage on the enemy tower? Yeah, I would. I would do that. He's got boots now. He's online. He's got his first item. With how many spells are being casted, I think Stick was strong. I think, you know, Raindrops were strong. Looks like he's got to mute his teammates because they're toxic. Very toxic teammates here. Very toxic of them to get mad at the guy that's playing 7,000 MMR above his account. It's actually like 9,000. So generally speaking, when your offlane loses this hard, the game's already almost guaranteed to lose, to be honest. But let's see what he does with it. He's an Undying lane dominator extraordinaire. He's going to run it back. Not even looking at the fight. I have no idea what's going on here based on his impact. Like, based on his perspective, I have no idea. Enemy team has allies have come to help in the lane that's going disastrously. Time to give your offlaner solo XP, my friend, as he's been struggling in lane. Okay, we're going to go and soak XP from our level-starved offlaner. Let's make sure we dual lane with him against the level 5 Bane, level 7 Luna. That sounds really good. Okay, we're going to sit here holding our dick. We could maybe go top and, like, you know, pull the creeps off the tower. We're going to go to base for the 7th time at 9 minutes. Okay. Now, we could consider defending top, because there are multiple lanes in this game, and bottom lane is a lost cause. But nope, let's fucking run it back, baby! Got the soul rip onto our teammate. Make sure we feed one more tombstone for good measure. That's another plus 150, boys. Bane is level 6. Making sure we take the fight to the lane that is crushing, rather than perhaps defend the lane that is defendable in the top lane. You know, I feel like it might be good to soak some XP mid. Maybe some XP top. That might be good. Or we could just run it back for the 9th time in a row. Let's fucking run it back, baby. Okay, Legion got the duel. Good. Bane's dead. Monkey King level 8. It's actually forced out by the mid Marcy, level 9. Oh, has Tombstone in 3 seconds if he chooses to use it. Does choose to use it. Monkey King's a little bit tough to bring down right now. But hey, we're back. Level 6. Only down by 3K. This seems like a manageable thing. Dude, bottom lane's free for you, dude. Where are you going? Dude, bottom lane, dude. Guys, I don't know if you've watched my coaching sessions for like low MMR support players. Honestly, I would say 95% of efficiency of supports is recognizing creep waves that you're supposed to farm. And it's hard because there's really not that many. Okay, so in this game, when his Mars was dead and there were like a bunch of creeps here, that was one creep wave that he was supposed to farm. That's like 3 creeps, 4 creeps worth of golden XP that he isn't getting, right? And then also, right here, look at who, nobody's farming this creep wave. We have one guy in the Ancients that's super low, and then you have a level 6 support Legion, right? So in this case, you're definitely supposed to farm this creep wave. And going back to base is all about refilling your health and mana. And he's got absolutely full health, and he's got 180 mana, so he's got some mana to use to go do things, right? So a lot of the map in Dota is about creating pressure. It's about pushing in lanes, forcing reactions. Which team does it faster? And supports have a really big impact on this part of the game. And instead of farming this lane that to any decent MMR, like, you know, Immortal player would be really obvious, he's going to go back to base with full health and 180 mana and a shovel that he's not using. He's going to walk back out to mid, joining his team. Make sure he's contributing to the team. He's now walking around a lot. Walking around a lot. So here's what generally happens in a game of Dota, honestly. When you have 5 players that are just better than the other 5. Now you may say, BSJ, they're only missing 1 player. So like what I mean is if you have like 5 9Ks against 5 8Ks, on average, you're going to see what you're seeing here. Now, it's really mostly like the sum of the difference of the MMR between one team and the other team. So instead of having 5 9Ks against 5 8Ks, we're talking about like in a DPC game, in a qualifier match, something like that, right? Where one team's just better than the other. We're talking 5 9Ks against 4 9Ks and a 1K, right? And so it's about the same effect. And what ends up happening is the overall efficiency of lane pushing and trading is just not there. So what you're going to see in the game, this is pretty much a snapshot of what you'll see anytime one team is strictly lower MMR than the other. Lane pushed into tower, lane on their side of the map, lane pushed into tower. That's what you're going to see all the time. That is the best indicator that one team is strictly better than the other team. So what I'm getting at with all this stupid ranting about bullshit about a Herald player playing in a Immortal game is push lanes, people. Push fucking lanes. So now we're just sitting behind our teammates. I'd honestly walk top right now. I'm literally a useless piece of shit. I might as well soak some XP in the top lane. Look at that XP in the top lane, baby. That's looking juicy as fuck. Instead, he like walked top as a reaction to what the opponent's doing. Now he's TPing bottom as a reaction to what the opponent's doing. All of this is him looking at what the opponent team's doing and then responding. We have to literally be able to look at the map and say, this is what I'm supposed to do based on the map. The enemy team doesn't have to prove to you that that's what they're supposed to do, because there are things in the Dota game that you're just supposed to do. So we've now seen him, I would say, 2-4-1, reasonably impactful, if you look at the scoreboard. I've had worse KDs than that. But at the end of the day, I would still be walking top right now. There's nothing else for your hero to do in the game. Just got to soak up some dangerous farm and, call it good. And, looks like the game's pretty over from there. So a lot of little things you can learn. If you guys like this content, I'm actually going to release it pretty quickly just to see if you guys like it, because I don't think we get this Herald 5 player buying accounts very often. So just in case this was entertaining for you, hopefully maybe a bit helpful as well, let me know in the like section, comment section, all that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. See ya.